Good morning, students. It is second year economics. So, in our previous class, we discussed about what is agriculture, condition of futures of Indian agriculture. So, present we are discussing about agricultural laborers in India. Agricultural laborers in India. So, first of all, what is agricultural labor? So those who are involved in agricultural sector for livelihood are known as a farm laborer or agricultural laborer. So already we know, even though today majority labor force depends upon agricultural sector for livelihood or for economic opportunity. So that is nearly at the time of 2011 in India 263 million labor force depends upon agricultural sector. So labor force is those who are having between the age of 14 to 60. These age group people are treated as labor force. So at the time of 2011, nearly 263 million labor force depends upon agricultural for livelihood. Okay, so when we observe what is the clear-cut information of farm labor or agricultural labor, for example, any person getting more than 50% of working days in a year from agricultural sector. Generally, we know agricultural sector depends upon monsoon, climate conditions. Generally, seasonal unemployment is one of the basic feature of agricultural sector. Generally, when we observe when agricultural activities depends upon monsoon, automatically he gets employment at the time of rainy season. After he become unemployed. That means those who are depending upon agricultural sector automatically they depend upon other sectors for livelihood for full-time employment. So that means according to agricultural labor commission. So here agricultural laborers means those who are getting more than 50% of working days from agricultural sector in a year are known as agricultural laborers. Or those who are more than 50% of their income from agricultural sector. For example, another definition that means those who are getting more than 50% of their income from agricultural sector at the time that laborers are treated as agricultural laborers or farm laborers. So that is agricultural labor or farm labor. So either work based on working days or based on income, we can identify who are agricultural laborers. So that is agricultural labor. Sir, our next topic is condition of agricultural labor. So already we observed what is agricultural labor, who treated as agricultural labor based on employment, based on income, based on working days. We have observed agricultural labor. So present we are observing the condition of agricultural labor in India. So one by one, low social status. Present we are observing illiterate people, poor people are involved in agricultural sector. There is low social status, so nobody not interested to participate in agricultural sector. Generally, when we observe, every parent prefer to join either service sector or industrial sector. No parent not interested to involve in agricultural sector. That means it is a low social status. There is no proper value. For example, when you observe industrial sector people, service sector people, one bank manager, one software engineer are having high social status. But agricultural laborers are having very less social status. But these people are very important. But because of so many reasons, very low social status. So that is the first condition of agricultural labor. So unorganized. So these people are living in backward area, rural agricultural labor. So because they are not in a position to bargain for high wages, so because of unorganization, so present we are observing other than agriculture sector. So every sector having organizations and unions, but agriculture sector also having some unions, but lack of communication, lack of education facilities because of illiteracy. So there is no proper organization. So because they are not in a position to get huge wages or best wages, so unorganized. So at the third one, seasonal unemployment. So already we know, even though today onwards in India, nearly 50 to 55% of agricultural land depends upon monsoon climate condition for agricultural activities. Only around 40 to 45% land having proper irrigation facility, proper water facility through canals, through borewells, through tanks like. But majority land depends upon monsoon or climate condition. So when agricultural sector depends upon monsoon or climate condition, so automatically seasonal unemployment. So those who are depending upon agriculture, they didn't get full-time employment opportunity like industrial sector and service sector. So because seasonal employment, so they get employment at rainy season. So remaining season they become unemployed. So it is one of the important condition of agricultural labor. So another one, low wage and income. So these people income is very low. So here wages are very low. Why? Because more labor force depends upon agricultural sector. Here labor supplying more than its demand. At the same time, there is no proper organization between agricultural laborers. So they are getting low wages. For example, except Karnataka, Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, other states people, other states agricultural laborers are getting less wages because of more supply of labor force than its demand. At the same time, they are not in a position to bargain high wages. So that is low wages. Of course, after implementation of Green Revolution, something wages are increasing. So before Green Revolution, labor force getting less salary. Present after implementation of Green Revolution, something wages improved or increased or better. But at the same time, the cost of living also increases. Prices of goods and services also increasing in the same manner. So after Green Revolution, even though wages are increases, but the real wages are not increases. Why? Because other side, goods and services prices or cost of living also increasing continuously. So they are getting low wages, less wages when compared with industrial sector and other sector. So when wages are low, automatically income also low. So that is low wages and low income. So that is the fourth condition of agricultural labor. So latter, rural indebtedness. So in previous explanation we observed rural indebtedness. So what is rural is villages. So indebtedness is, so they borrow loans for different activities, but they are not in a position to repay. So that is known as the indebtedness. So these people borrow loans from non-organized sectors. Why? Because these people are illiterate people. They are not in a position to borrow loans from banks. Why? Because there is no surety, there is no any property. So generally these people borrow loans from money lenders or commission agents or other people. So these money lenders or other people collect high rate of interest. So at the same time, these people borrow loans for two different activities: productive activities and unproductive activities. For example, when borrow loans for productive activities, no problem. Why? Because with the help of these loans, these people purchase seeds or fertilizers or agricultural activities automatically they get income. But majority agricultural labor borrow loans for unproductive activities, that is for festivals or marriages or other type of celebrations. But when we borrow loans for this purpose, there is no income in future. So they become indebtedness. So rural indebtedness, not present. Once upon a time, every rural people indebtedness. So they always borrow loans. So already I told about one proverb: rural people born in debts, live in debts, die in debts. So these debts can be farming, or these debts can be transferred to next generation. So that is a rural indebtedness. So the rural people always indebtedness. These indebt or these loans can transfer to next generation. So that is the fifth condition. So next one, feminization of agriculture labor. So feminization of agriculture labor. So here both men and women both are involved in agricultural activity. Sometimes women working more efficiently than men, but here women getting less salaries, especially when we are doing agriculture. So this type of system. So male laborers are getting high wages, female laborers are getting less wages. So that is known as the feminization of agricultural labor. For example, in industrial sector and service sector, there is no that type of discrimination between men and women in the process of wages or salaries. But when we observe in agricultural sector, so automatically men getting more wages, women getting less wages. So that is known as the feminization of agricultural labor. So last topic, as the last condition, high incidence of child labor. High incidence of child labor. So generally when we observe agriculture people are poor people and illiterate people, generally they are facing poverty problem. So children also participating in agricultural activities. So children also involving in agricultural activities. So child labor is a common. Generally when we are doing agricultural activities, not only men or women, children also participate in agricultural activities. So high incidence of child labor. For example, when we are in service sector, industrial sector, it is very less. But in agricultural sector, more or high incidence of child labor. So these are the condition of agricultural labor in India.